everybody, welcome or welcome back to Finding Joy in Becoming. It's me, Khethelo, and today I've got a bunch of new books. I don't have the energy, but I feel like it's worth that. I have to bring the energy. Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to Finding Joy in Becoming. It's me, Khethelo, and if you are new here, I hope that you like my content. I hope you like the books. I hope you like the books, and most importantly, if you've been here before, I appreciate you a lot. I hope you know that you're appreciated a lot. Anyways, we're gonna talk about books. I'm gonna do a quick bookish haul. I did not want to read the thingies at the back, but unfortunately, I don't know what some of these books are all about, so I'll have to read it. For those books that I don't know what it's about. Can I start with this book? It is The Beginner's Guide to Getting Published by McCallum. It's apparently the 6th edition, and I've had this book since from May, and it's the type of book that's making me take notes, so you do know that there's a lot of wisdom in this book. I feel like it should be used as a supplement for writers or publishers. It should not be taken as is, because this book was published in 2003. You understand? Obviously, the market has changed, the setting has changed, but it does still provide us with those basics of writing and publishing that I feel like everybody needs. Yeah, and one of the favorite things that I loved from this book is study techniques of being a good writer, but do not submit your individuality. I feel like I needed to listen to that, because I feel like we are reaching a point as writers where we're writing the same way. There's a standard way of writing. You can try to follow the rules and stuff, but don't lose yourself trying to imitate someone's sound. We can't all be William Shakespeare. How? Secondly, we have A Widow's Vow. This is after losing everything, she'll find her own way. This is a book about a lady who was a prostitute, and then she found her husband, and then she was a rich housewife. Is it rich? Okay, she was a happy housewife. And after that, the husband passed away, and the debt collectors come to the door knocking. Well, you understand what I'm saying? How do they say this? Okay, whatever. Whatever that is, that's what's happening in this book. And she only knows one way to take care of herself, which is what? Prostitution. She apparently decides to open a brothel. A brothel? She actually turns her home into a brothel. So I feel like this is a very, very interesting book. What do I expect from this book? I don't know, but I want a little bit of thriller, you know? Like, I really do feel like it would be nice if there was a little bit of difficulties, suspense, it will really just add to it. But I'll come back and tell you guys what it was all about and how did I receive it. This is Dear Khethelo by Nelly page Magwaza. I have started hearing from Nelly when Facebook Diary was at its peak. Hey, she still writes Facebook Diaries. She still has a page. It's Nelly page, or is it author or something? I don't remember the exact name of her page, but she's still there. She still writes the interesting pages. I love how her writing has this humor. I love how it's relatable. I love how she just brings it home. You know, it's so interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading this book. I read some of her diaries on Facebook when I was in my bag, you know, in my years of reading Facebook diaries, but unfortunately I don't have the time right now. I don't know what the book is about, but I know who wrote the book. I think that's what matters. Should I read you guys the synopsis? I feel like it's too long. When a tribal father, Gombimpisi Mbonambi, had those words for the first time, in his house they were foreign to him. So he rejected anything and everything that came with them. As a leader and a headman of Kwaspa Ninjwa warriors, his sons were a reflection of his leadership. Why did his first son, Zululwani, brutally murdered him and buried his body next to the fresh grave of his little brother? The whole country was eager to know. His trial became the most talked about and inviting the undivided attention of the high-ranking minister with tottering reputation to affix. Okay, I don't know what it is all about, but I think there's homosexuality involved. I'll read this book and get back to you. No, I just arrived. I'll read this book and get back to you guys. We have this. This is what I'm currently reading, and if I'm taking notes, you need to know that the book is amazing. I do, however, feel like there's a shortage of salt in this book, and I don't know if my view was ruined by the review that I read about this book or what. But I'm gonna come back into the space and tell you a little bit more about this book. This book is about Tuesdays with Morrie. So, a young man who reunites with his professor. The professor is literally knocking at the heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on that. You know, and then he's trying to find a way to stay afloat during that. So tough conversations are being had. He's reconnecting to those who loved him. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough to, because he did say that he's given an opportunity to be a child all over again. I feel like that's just one of the ways he humors himself, or he tries to, what's the word, make sense of the situation that he finds himself in. Yeah, imagine, guys, being unable to do things for yourself. Yeah, but then there's a lot of wisdom in this book, even though I feel like the book has a lot more to offer. But like, I'm still finishing it. I'm hoping that it's gonna have a banger ending, because if it ends the way in which it continues, we're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a problem. And then my favorite author, Angela Makholwa. Guys, I started reading her work. I read Red Ink, right? And then I read The Blessed Girl. And I'm still going to say this, ne? The Blessed Girl is still my favorite book by Angela Makholwa. I just wanted to put it out there. But this one. But I also want to read The Widow Society, because that one, ne? This one is critical but stable. It basically just covers different families, different couples that are married, but each and every one of them is going through their own challenges. But each and every one of them is putting a face for the other one. You know, so they're in situations where their relationships are in dire situations, but then they are pretending that everything is all good. Some are going through financial situations, or when the husband just decides that he's asexual mid-marriage. Imagine. Anyways, I don't want to give out any spoilers. I'll come back with the full book review. And I just wanted to say, is it me or the book cover is pretty? I don't know if it's because I love purple, but look at the book cover. Look at the gold. Look at the... Guys, this is perfect. And last but not least, it's Alive by Grace by Lindiwe Kunene. So it's like my husband tried to kill me before committing suicide. It's a true story, and I'm looking forward to reading it and coming back with a review, you know, because ish, guys, kuningi, and I feel like reading about GBV, especially when it's a true story, it's not as exciting as reading about fiction, you know, because now you actually have to take time to be like, this happens right here in South Africa, this happens right here next door. These are stories that we are also familiar with, you know, and they're here documented. Anyways, I'm very happy that you guys could join me in this space of talking about math books. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys come back and find a book review. I hope I make time to record the book reviews, because I haven't been having time. Yeah, anyways, thank you. I almost said amen and amen, because bye, guys.